Alright guys, what is going on? Back again today with some more Pokemon X and Y OU Wi-Fi battles. Today I have a battle against Yuki. Yuki is a good friend of mine. She's very shy, but she's a very kind-hearted person. She's very nice. But today, looking at my team, I'm sure you already seen it, I got Pachirisu the God. That's right. Pachirisu the God. Pachirisu is a very... It's a good Pokemon. Not this one. The one I have is not very good. And we'll talk about that as the battle gets to that point. But I just wanted to let you guys know. I'm getting Smash Brothers Thursday night at the midnight release. And I will be streaming that night when I get the game. Friday night. Well, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm going to be streaming for like 12 hours every day. So make sure you guys go over to my Twitch. Hit that follow button. There's a link in the description to make it all super nice and easy for all of you. Because I know that you guys want to watch that Smash Brothers. But let's go ahead and get on into this battle. I want to try and go ahead and get this rolling before my roommate walks in on me. I'll show you guys what keeps happening to my Camtasia because it's very frustrating. I've recorded. This is the third time recording again today. I would like to. I would use OBS to record because then I could get 60 FPS and it would just record everything a lot easier. But the color that I get from recording with Camtasia is so much better than the color that I get recording with OBS. And I don't want to color change in my editing software because it adds to render times and it can make the video look a little bit funky if you're not doing it right. So that's why I'm sticking with Camtasia instead of moving over because I don't know. It's just so much easier for me, in my opinion, to use Camtasia instead of having to deal with all that crap later on. But let's go ahead and talk about this. I know we missed a couple of turns, but you guys saw what happened as I was talking here. But I have my Gastrodon out. I go for the Scald. Makes a good switch into the Virizion. This Virizion was a very big problem for me. A couple of reasons why. I don't use a Virizion myself, and two, I've never really played against a Virizion in OU. You just don't see them. I don't even think I've really seen any in UU. I'm not sure what tier Virizion is, but you just don't see it. Kind of like Verizon, you don't see it. People just don't have Verizon. I'm just kidding. But that was the big thing right there. Not only did she get a Swords Dance up, she is also carrying the Stone Edge, which totally obliterated my Delphox. I was not expecting to see Stone Edge on that thing. She actually told me that she runs Stone Edge because she can outspeed Charizards and then OHKO them with the Stone Edge, and that is why she runs Stone Edge over anything else. But I'm gonna go to my Archeops as I get my Stealth Rocks up. She goes out into this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get the taunt off because I know that she's either going to Sleep Powder or B, set up Quiver Dances. But she's actually tried to set up a sub on me, which I find kind of strange. I've heard that Substitute Vivian is a thing, but I have yet to see it myself, so it caught me off guard a little bit, and it would have been a really bad day for me had she been able to get that sub up. I'm really glad that I have taunt on this thing and that I had it out at the time she was trying to use Substitute. She goes for the Hurricane. It's going to leave me right above 50%, which is great because my Defeatus is still going to be intact. But she goes down to Arcanine, gets the E-Speed off, actually gets a critical hit. Oh boy, I really wish I would have went for Endeavor there instead of, knocking off this thing's Choice Band, because now she's still going to be able to take me out with another E-Speed. I don't know how I feel about it, because now I've also given her the availability to switch moves if she needs to. They're not going to be as strong, but, that's the thing. I'm going to go out to my Gastrodon. Gastrodon really has nothing to fear from Arcanine. Arcanine, and at least I'm pretty sure, doesn't get Solar Beam, and even if it did, it would have to wait 2 turns. I know that it doesn't have a Power Herb for whatever reason, if it were carrying a Power Herb. But I'm pretty sure that it does not get Solar Beam, but I could be wrong. She's going to go back out into that thing, that Virizion. That thing is a monster. Let me tell you, it's a monster. I'm going to go ahead and stay in. I predicted her to actually go for a Swords Dance or something. Maybe so that I could go ahead and get another Toxic off. But she had the Lumberry on the first one, so that it was just kind of... It's a bad situation. I am going to go out into Glacial. I do outspeed this thing because I am Choice Scarfed, and I'm definitely going to be able to kill it with an Ice Beam. Glaceon is a powerful Pokemon. Base 130 special attack stat. Now, granted, it doesn't have the greatest speed stat at 65, I believe. But if you throw a Choice Scarf on it, you can outspeed some pretty mid-tier Pretty mid-speed tier Pokemon, which is great. She's going to go on to Fairy Tail, which is fine. I'm going to be able to get an Ice Beam off. It doesn't really do anything. Glaceon. Sylveon is just fat. And look how much damage that Hyper Voice did. Granted, she's Life Orb, but still, man. Hyper Voice did way too much. I'm going to go on to Pachirisu the God. Go for that Nuzzle. One thing you guys aren't seeing here that people in the stream saw. Petra gave me this Pachirisu, which is great because I need more Pokemon. But he put an Assault Vest on it, and that's fine. I can live more hits. But Assault Vest is not good when you have moves like Follow Me and Protect. Because I can't use half the moves on this thing. I can only use Nuzzle and Super Fang. Which is very, very annoying. But, I don't know. The thing is paralyzed, so I can just sit here and keep going for Super Fangs until it eventually kills itself with the Life Orb. But it's quite annoying. Sorry guys, I'm really tired today. Quite tired. Stayed up a little bit too late last night. Medichamp's got like a little hat on. I just now noticed. He's got like a little kawaii hat that turns into like a badass. I don't even know what that thing is. He's got a little, like, looks like a clown nose on the top of his head. But I am going to go for the Bullet Punch, get rid of that thing. Nipple Knee is here to save the day with them titties. Don't even know what I'm saying anymore. He's going to go back out into Hachiko, which is fine. I'm actually going to predict her to go for the E-Speed here. I'm not going to waste my time going for the Bullet Punch. I'm pretty sure I outspeed anyway. I'm pretty sure Arcanine doesn't have a above 100 base speed. I think it has like 95. I think. I could be wrong, but I think. So even if she wanted to go for something else, Drain Punch would have still gone first, I think. Could be wrong, like I said, but who knows. Sorry, I got something in my throat. But this thing, this Milotic, is actually the end of me. I'm going to go for Drain Punch just to try and get as much health back as I can and slowly whittle away this thing's health. Look how little damage they're doing. Drain Punch, Mega Medicham equals 30% on Milotic. It's not even a 3-hit KO. It's not even a 3-hit KO, guys. That's crazy. I'm going to go for the Thunder Punch. It does a little bit more. It does like 40, 45%. But she's going to be able to get off a Recover, which is even worse. Thunder Punch is going to be doing a little bit more than Drain Punch is. It's not Stab, but it has a little bit higher base power, and it's still kind of like Stab because it's super effective. But I need to be able to live another Scald, so I am going to go for a Drain Punch here so that I can try and live a Scald, and then maybe go for a Thunder Punch and hope for a crit. But we'll see how well that works out. Sorry, I got something in my throat, Smangs. Go for another Drain Punch. Almost there. She's gonna go for a Scald. That's all she needs. Burns me, and I lose. Had she not burned me, I could have won. Had she not burned me. Because all she had left was Aerodactyl, and I probably could have killed it with a Bullet Punch. But Aerodactyl is fat, and we all know that. But that was a good game, Yuki. Yuki's she's a very good battler. I think that's actually the first time I battled her, and from that battle, she's a very good battler. She caught me off guard. She did to me what I normally do to other people. She brought in a poke from a way lower tier than OU and wrecked me with it. And that's what I generally like to do against my opponents, but Yuki did it to me, and it's rough, man. It's rough having your own tactics used against you. I don't know if that's how she normally plays, or if she plays like that on purpose, or if she just really likes Virizion and likes to, you know, use it as a poke in OU, or if she is kind of like me and likes to bring things from other tiers and try and wreck people with lower tiered Pokemon. With that being said, you know, there are reasons why I got wrecked by it. One, because I don't ever use the thing. That's a big reason right there. So I don't know what sets it normally runs. I don't know what it normally does as a Pokemon. And I don't play against them regularly. I think that might be like the second time I've seen a Virizion and OU this entire 6th generation. Like, honestly, that might be, I think that is. So that's, Virizion definitely gave me the most trouble. Had the Brizzy not taken out my Gastrodon and my Delphox, this battle would have gone a lot differently. I don't know if I still would have been able to pull out the win, but it definitely would have played out a lot differently. Gastrodon could have easily, you know, taken out the Arcanine. It could have easily dealt with it. It would have been a free switch into the Arcanine to make her, you know, force switch out. It also would have come in handy during the Milotic fight. I could have switched in, got my Storm Drain off, and then proceeded to Toxicate. She obviously had Recover and did not have Rest, so it would have been great to slowly whittle away that thing south. I'm pretty sure she was Leftovers. I don't think she was Lum again on her Milotic. The only thing bad thing about putting a status on Milotic is it boosts its defense, but you can, if it's toxic, then you can easily whittle that away and, you know, not have to deal with it. But everything else could have easily been dealt with. Aerodactyl could have been dealt with by Medicham. Had I not been burned, I don't know how much Bullet Punch does to Aerodactyl off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure, I think from at least 80%, I think it dies, but I could be wrong. These are, I don't know, I kind of have these calculations built into my mind. I don't go and calc things. I don't go and calc during streams. I don't calc during Wi-Fi battles. I just don't go to like Showdown Calculator. I don't do that. Everything is just kind of from memorization. It's been kind of ingrained in my head. So I go based off of that. If I think something is going to kill, then I go for it. If I think something's going to kill and it doesn't, then I pay the price for that. And then that gets ingrained into my head even more. And then you see how that kind of works. It's just kind of a memorization process, and it's something that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people like to actually sit down and use Showdown Calculator and calc. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that if you ever go to like, well, VGC is way different than Smogon. But if you were ever to go into something VGC, and you normally are a big calcer, you like to calc a lot, you're going to be really having a hard time because you can't use a calculator in you know, VGC. It's just, you're not allowed to. So, I don't know. I think it's a good trait to have. I think it's something that everyone should at least try and do. Try and practice it. Just try and go like every other battle without calcing and try and get those, you know, those percentages worked into your head and just keep playing like that and playing like that. It's all about experience. And you can eventually start seeing like, oh, a Pokemon with this base HP or this base attack is going to be able to live or do this much damage to Pokemon of this type or Pokemon of this type. It's I can't explain it. It just works for me. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. But if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to come to one of my streams and ask me about it, and I'll just like, this is gonna do this much to this Pokemon, and I'll say how much it's gonna do to that Pokemon. It's I don't know, it's neat, I think, but I don't know. It's probably not all that cool now that I'm sitting here talking about it. But anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping. Smash Brothers this weekend. Be there or be square. Smash Brothers as a circle, as a symbol, not no square. So you want to be in the cool kids club with in that circle, the YouTube circle. I'm just kidding. I'm out of here. Bye.